Hello, I'm Andy, and here is your weekly horoscope from Sunday, the 20th of November to Saturday, the 26th of November, 2022. And this is especially for you coming from Gemini. Before I begin, here's my email. Send me this email if you wish to know your next 9 years based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and very importantly, reading your palms. Your palms are magic, they belong to the soul. It is the soul that's doing all that for you all the time. And that's how you get that specialness from you to the public in whatever you do. And I'll show you how. If you like to play lotteries, how to formulate your own personal lucky lottery numbers. It's a system which I will teach you. We will talk more about that later. There's so much to teach you about what will happen in this 90-minute session, which will only cost you USD $50. In the meantime, for you coming from Gemini, Sunday the 20th, too many emotional planets are there. So you are not thinking logically, you are not using facts and figures. You are just thinking in a way where your passion is taking control. And yes, emotionally inclined, you will try your best to get some connection with somebody. I'm not against these emotional planets, but they seem to be superficial in the sense that they're not very steady and they might even make you have connection with the wrong people. So try to control this impulsive need to meet somebody at any cost and to give yourself away, your heart away at any cost. Hold your horses because there's also a planet there of ego. And for the sake of your ego, to satisfy your ego, you may want that connection of the personal kind. You will also be very moody and you'll be very changeable and you'll be very oversensitive. So be careful that disappointments will hit you back very, very hard. Evening and nightfall is also not too good. This time the planets are ego are waiting for you. And of course, these planets are not very welcome for you coming from Gemini. So you have to be careful. What you say and do will irritate and annoy people very easily. So say less and do less. And even if you know well the company you are in, try to be a person to be negotiable and to be at the same time be very practical. Don't demand attention because these planets of ego make you very self-important and also very much looking for attraction. These are not good planets throughout the whole day. So the areas of romance and emotions and what you want to do emotionally. And also in the evening nightfall is an ego that wants what it wants. And it will want it at any cost, which will not be a good idea because what you get won't be exactly good. Monday the 21st. This is a nasty morning afternoon. It couldn't get worse. You have to be very careful where you work or where you do business. The mistakes you make will be very much putting you into bad trouble. So focus on what is important, where you work or do business. Don't plan any kind of expansion. You don't want any kind of growth because you will plan it all wrong. You're just not prepared for anything this morning, afternoon. So do the necessary, and that would be more than enough. These planets can make you dominating, they can make you stubborn for the wrong reason. That also you don't want to do that because they are negative planets. That's why. So it's a negative morning, afternoon. Treat it as an enemy and try to just not expose yourself to risk of any kind, physical risk or mental risk or even emotional risk. Whatever you're offered, look at it as suspiciously as you can. Evening and nightfall, the emotional planets are back. Nothing wrong with the emotional planets in the evening nightfall. But again, these planets make you changeable, they make you oversensitive, they make you very moody. And you will do that. Besides that, some of these planets may make you very hasty and impulsive in wanting what you want in the evening nightfall. So don't let that happen either. It's better to go home with nothing than to go home with some trouble brewing for another day. So the whole day seems to make you very uncertain. Be careful that these kind of planets in the morning, afternoon can make you lose a job or lose in business very quickly. Tuesday the 22nd, here comes a wonderful morning and afternoon day. It gives you the chance to show off your skills. It gives you the chance to be able to somehow know the future or what the future wants. So you should latch on to information technology and your computer and the internet because these planets are connected to that. And you will see very quickly that you get the results you want and you get the answers for every solution you want. Apart from that, be ready for unexpected gain in any area of your life. So dress well and look good. You might bump into somebody who would then be very interested in you. You can create opportunities for new jobs, for new businesses. So the bonding is very fast in this morning, afternoon with whoever you want to be. And the bonding will be good. Evening and night turns nasty. These planets of badness are everywhere in the evening nightfall. If I were you, I just wouldn't go anywhere out in the evening nightfall. Firstly, accidents are shown. Accident can be physical, they can be verbal, they can be emotional. An accident is never good. It means that you got yourself in some ways to be injured, whether emotionally, physically, or mentally. So it's better not to go out. But if you have to, plans already made, then tell yourself to go home as soon as you can meet the people with your obligations. And even then, be careful. These are planets that make a bonding very quickly with the negative people. They make them attractive to you on that evening and nightfall of Tuesday the 22nd. So staying home is a much better way. Wednesday. Wednesday the 23rd. Now you got 24 hours at good luck finally. Morning and afternoon money planets are everywhere. And they, of course, they stand for the job, the business, and the income. And that's going to have very good news for you. So be ready for this good news. In the morning and afternoon, make a plan to speak to your bosses. Your communications and writing skills will be perfect. Send out messages asking for what you want, whether personal, whether the job betterment, whether more business. And you will be very quickly getting rewards in this morning and afternoon. So plan it 1 or 2 days before and get cracking in the morning of Wednesday 23rd, sending out the information which you will do very, very well. And the luck will just blossom as the morning and afternoon. Have lunch with somebody to talk about business or better job that even will work for you. Evening and nightfall, another set of fast planets which are also very good. These are the planets of unexpected gain. So there's a lot to gain unexpectedly on the evening and nightfall of Wednesday the 23rd. So get your plans ready for the evening and nightfall of Wednesday the 23rd. Dress well, look good, but make up your mind exactly what you want. Because these are fast planners, you got to connect fast and your results will be fast. If you're not ready, you will not know how to make use of what you want. So be ready for the evening nightfall of Wednesday the 23rd. Meet the right groups, and you'll gain a lot. You'll gain a lot because some of your morning planets will also be there in the evening nightfall, giving you that good luck in your speech and your actions and the way you deliver things. Thursday. Thursday is another 24 hours good luck waiting for you. Now the planets of creativity are everywhere. So your creativeness is going to show. This creativity can be translated to money very easily. So you'll see that as soon as you show the creativity, rewards will come. Well, if you have a job, then show your creativity to your bosses. If it's a business, plan to make a move, to launch something on this morning, afternoon. And you will see whatever you launch, whatever you start is going to do extremely well in the morning, afternoon. Rewards will come back. And there'll be a good bonding as well with the people you are with. Evening and nightfall, all about money. So go out with the intention of improving job, improving business, improving income. And you will be able to connect to people. You will also find some romance of some kind in the evening nightfall. It may be with the people you are working with or working for. It may also be as you deal with people in business in the meetings. You will find that interest in there as well. Because your morning afternoon planners have some interest in romance and they will be there in the evening nightfall. Throughout the whole day, dress well, look smart, because anything good can happen anytime. Friday the 25th, this is not good morning and afternoon. I call them the planets of deception, the planets of deceit. They want you to be cheated, they want you to be let down, they want you to have accidents, not only physical, but make mistakes like financial accidents. So, what can you do on this Friday, the 25th morning, afternoon? Well, minimize your exposure to any risk, whether it's financial risk, whether it's bodily risk, whether it's emotional risk. And just don't go along with anybody else's plan. Just avoid it. Even if it looks how tasty it can be, avoid it because you can be trapped very easily. If you are invited for lunch, think many times. And if you do go, don't believe a thing in what you are promised or what you are offered. Have a good lunch and just go home. Evening and nightfall becomes very lucky. Now the planets of unexpectedness are there, and you could meet people very unexpectedly in a very lucky and harmonious way. This is the kind of evening nightfall that's going to pay dividends for you. So go right on, plan and go in the evening nightfall. The trouble is that some of these negative morning afternoon planets, they don't disappear. They don't disappear into thin air. Some of them will follow you, not many. So be careful in that crowd of people you're with. Try to identify who are people that you won't get along and stay away from them. Saturday, the 26th. This is a very good morning afternoon. Slow and steady planets. Hour by hour, the bonding for you is going to be excellent. Bonding in the sense of personal bonding, business bonding, or any kind of togetherness. The spirit of these planets, hour by hour, they make you aware of long-term security. So whoever you're with in the morning, afternoon, you have to make sure that some results can be gained. And that's the way you make use of the morning and afternoon of this Saturday 26. Think materialistically for the job's sake, for the business sake, for the money's sake. And you will see that the bonding becomes alive. Hour by hour, you'll be using the ideas of people and yourself to get together. I really like this morning afternoon. There's a lot to gain. Although you have to be patient because these planets are slow and steady. They give you long-term security. Evening and nightfall, the nasty planets come back. Your days are changing up and down. So what happens in the evening nightfall? Just don't go out. Once you are out, you will lose control. And the people you are with, you have to choose very, very carefully. If they have any bad habits, just stay away from them because you're going to be bonding with bad people in the evening nightfall. There's a good bonding, there's a bad bonding. So this bad bonding can get you to be influenced by bad habits, and you will be then definitely regretting it later, maybe too late. So one of the ways to avoid all this is not to go out at all. But if you have promised and you have to be out, go home earlier. Don't hang around too late and get out from there. Some of your good planets will be there from the morning, afternoon, will be there in the evening, nightfall. So you should wear your lucky colors in the evening, nightfall to push away bad habits. And you will get these good planets meeting some people and they will also be protecting you. So there's some protection at least in the evening, nightfall, making you sensible enough to go home early. This 90-minute session I have, that's all about your next 9 years. It's going to be based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and this magic, your palms. Your palms are very powerful tools of energy. They show all that experience of the soul lending it to you. Who changes these lines, who changes these signs is the soul. And so the magic of the soul is working there. And I will show you how. Because I read palms and not only based on your date of birth, time birth, and your time of birth. I read palms as well. And that will be included. And I'll show you in these next 9 years that I'll talk about how to get to the soul that you have and the aura and the third eye. We get it automatically in our 50s, 60s, and 70s, a bit too late. I'll show you how to get it much, much earlier. And if you like to play lotteries, there's a way how to formulate your own personal lucky lottery numbers. It's a system which I will teach you. You have to use your energies, not my energy. Some people say, why can't you pick lucky numbers for me? I can't, because you are you and I am I. I have my soul, you have your soul. Let your soul be involved in lotteries as well. So you need to do all that and learn how to do that in this 90-minute session. And I will show you how your next 9 years can come under your control by knowing and becoming aware of what is exactly happening in the area of romance, marriage, in the area of job, business, and every other area. So there's so much for you to learn. And how about your lucky colors and lucky gemstones and lucky days and lucky directions? That will be taught to you as well. Well, here's my email. It's all up to you. The cost is only USD $50, that's all. And you can ask me all the questions you want as well. In the meantime, I wish you a good week. Thank you. Goodbye.